Okay, I need to get a thing for Joe. Because Joe's showing me some artwork. I'm not going to show it on my stream, so if you want to see the artwork, go see Joe.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Let me
can't.
mute your site.
Joe's showing me. I'm not.
Okay.
There we go. All right, I
So
am
your site is now
watching
muted.
Josepha.
Okay, so Cleo, when I went to PAX Unplugged, I ran into some folks like Aviva Kitty, aka Badly Drawn Hermits, who made some cool Minecraft themed bracelets she was giving to folks as gifts. Like they're like different biome themed. So like this one's the end, and this one over here is the Nether.
Oh, that's pretty
and
cool.
I've got another one that's jungle. Another thing I got from Dahlia. Dahlia is obsessed with my face and does all sorts of art with it, and made this perler bead JoeHills face, but also made this incredible marker illustration.
Okay,
Of
that's really cute. Oh my Gideon, that's a face.
That's markers. It is.
That's,
like I'll show you the back because on the camera
incredible.
it almost looks like it's just like a photo.
It looks digital. It looks digital,
but no, it's actually marker. You can see the back. And Dahlia's mom was there. Dahlia's in college, but apparently her mom drove them because she doesn't have a car or whatever. And I was like, "Hi, I'm JoeHills," and she's like, "Yeah, I know. I see your face everywhere.
I see your face every day."
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know.
Dahlia,
I love this.
I even love the way you've done the glasses, and you've done like the curve of the glass, curvature of the focal points. Well done. That's impressive.
Oh yeah. This is fantastic. So thank you so much, Dahlia, for this incredibly kind gift, and this incredibly kind gift too, which is very cute. So I'm gonna put those somewhere safe, away from the water we're using for the crystal kit.
Oh, you're making crystals. Oh.
Yeah. So remember, Minecraft sent those caves and cliffs boxes.
Oh. Okay. I did not know that because I am not as connected as you are.
Okay, so yeah. Let me move this pitcher of water. That there's no way that can go wrong. So they sent these caves and cliffs boxes, which I don't know if I can fit under the camera here very well. Not very well at all, it seems. But, and they're just like, "Hi there," and then it included
Hype train, and I've not been looking at my chat. I will come back to you, chat. I promise you will. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so caves and cliffs.
Yeah, so it includes like a Minecraft torch that actually lights up.
Nice.
Like made out of plastic. This magic crystal kit. And these magnets. And I'm not sure if these magnets are intended to be used for sculpting or if they're a fidget toy, but maybe I can fidget with them until they look like a sculpture. But anyway, since they sent me this stuff for free,
since I'm advertising their product anyway.
Since I was sick and didn't get the chance to buy the supplies for Christmas crafts I wanted to do this week, Christmas crafts are gonna have to wait until next week. Sorry,
Please remember that I have to take my cats to the vets next week.
Oh no!
So we might have to do it a different day.
Yeah, and I'm happy to work with your schedule on that.
Cool. Cool.
But yeah, unfortunately, when I went shopping for gingerbread house kits yesterday, everything was sold out everywhere.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem.
And like I knew that was likely, but I didn't anticipate being locked in my house for 10 days, quarantined. Or I did well enough that like we didn't run out of macaroni, right? We had plenty, but like,
God, Joe, yeah,
we didn't just eat macaroni. But what I'm saying is like I had planned ahead on terms of like, oh yeah, keep extra food and stuff in the house. Yeah, but I didn't go, let me buy a gingerbread kit a month early.
No, which really is a fault on your end, I think.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely 100% on me. So sorry everyone. So I do have some stuff to color, and I've got a crystal growing kit. But also, I have something else that's kind of a secret surprise behind me. I had set up for tonight's Minecraft stream, but I was too forgetful to take it down, so you can't really see it very clearly.
I can't see it at all, but you know.
Yeah, it's behind me. It's not on the overhead camera.
Okay, well,
But
I
anyway,
need to.
tips are welcome via PayPal.me/JoeHills if you want to make that camera bigger.
And
and
I
maybe
need
try and guess what that is.
to thank people as well. So
Oh, yeah,
you know,
go for it.
please donate to Joe, but also thank you to Snowmeath who has resubscribed. That's a Twitch baby. Vanilla Not a Cultist has resubscribed. That's 6 months. Paleo and Snowmeath cheered biddies. Thank you very much. Kin33 resubscribed. That's a 6 month. Canna cheered biddies. Nutty Muppet resubscribed. Arena Snow resubscribed. That's a 9 month Twitch baby. She says 8 full months of being subscribed. No, it's 9 months. It's a Twitch baby. Hey, Apathy Muffin raided me. Thank you very, very much, Vold. I do appreciate you turning up. Zay Murder has resubscribed. That's 9 months, and it's close. That's the closest thing to an actual child they plan to get. With a Vein has 9 months. Do you hear those cries? It's the screams of those who've yet to be turned, or the plaintive wails of our Twitch baby. And Cosima the Great has also been subscribed for 9 months. That's a Twitch baby. Thank you very, very much. And I'm done. And I can breathe again. I always hate being slow on donations because it's just like, they might leave.
No, yeah, that's right. And before they go, I should thank Sharf for tipping 20, who says, "Yay, craft stream." So let's get that advocacy there. Boom.
Okay.
That is going to get our first face camera expansion.
Yay.
So please direct your attention to where slot 8 would be. And so I can say, howdy, y'all. JoeHills here, expanded as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee.
What I'm doing today is I've got a sew your own gingerbread garland. So, that's what I'm planning on doing. If I can actually get it out of the box.
Okay, well, bad news, everyone. Apparently, to make this crystal kit, you need to pour boiling water. And there is no way I'm going... Well, wait, I have an electric kettle. Should I bring that up here?
Right.
Is it... How stupid is it to fill an electric kettle with water right next to all your expensive computer stuff?
Considering that I knocked a drink over into my laptop, into my PC, and it's got an open top.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was quite concerned. I did that this morning. It seems to be working all right, but panic.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that like in the panic there? The cats ran off with your monitors to sell it to buy fish. How did that go?
They did sell my monitor, but that's okay. They got enough fish to last them because they're not getting fed for a month after that.
Yeah, it's one big score, then they're out.
Cam, mine's on the floor. It's pretty safe there. Unfortunately, when I do these things, I have to move to where it's not safe, and I didn't realise that until that very moment. Hi, kitty.
Okay, so let me modify. Yeah, I'm gonna modify the crop filter on your thing.
That's fine. Right, so I've got little hearts that I need to do with little gingerbread men, which are actually quite like chunky, like they're the big gingerbread men. You meant your kettle. You're too tired to be... Yeah, that's fine. Karoy has resubscribed. That's a 3-month resub with a little Cthulhu face, which I approve of. And I've got... Like, for some reason, they decided to use 2 plastic bags instead of 1.
Well, you know, why not?
Yeah, why not, like, damage the universe? That's fine. And then I've got this ribbon and thread and twine stuff that I need to impale gingerbread men on. You know, it all works, is what we're saying.
It does all work.
Okay, so my first job is to get a needle from my other Christmas craft kit.
Let's lock this camera. I've got too many. My problem is I only have, like, I use one scene, basically, in OBS for everything.
Yeah, I know that, Joe. We've talked about it before.
Very obvious.
It's
okay.
The word I would use is awkward, but yeah, obvious too.
Yeah. Now I'm in the cup of coffee. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. If we have a very loose definition on what cool is. Now, it tells me... I'll just impale my needle on the gingerbread men. It tells me that I need to make French knots for gingerbread eyes. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and do some satin stitch instead.
What are French knots as opposed to, like...
Basically, they're little tiny knots that you use in sewing to make, like, little dots. And they're really difficult to do, and I hate doing them, so I've decided I'm not.
Can you just not?
I can't, no.
You can simply not.
You always choose these sweet crafts and they end up looking adorable, all while threatening murder or impalement. Yeah, I did go on Tumblr the other day, and they were just like, Joe and Cleo, when they're doing crafts, are so cute. They every time another hermit raises them, they say, oh, Jem, come and look at it. We're doing crafts. Come join us. And then they start to threaten murder to each other, like, straight after. And then I'm just like, it's not murder we're threatening. It's just torture of the emotional kind.
Okay. So a few things. One, I'm realizing where I moved the camera, you can't see. I've been making little hearts with these magnet cubes.
Oh, so Joe's been playing where you can't.
Yeah, sorry.
You went on Tumblr. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have issues with Tumblr as the best of times. As Joe knows. I need to get some scissors. I will be right back.
Okay. So while Cleo figures that out, okay, I thought that crystal growing kit was going to eat a lot of time, but because of the boiling water thing. Okay, so two problems. One, we still have this big cup of water that I need to go dump out, but I can't do that while Cleo is gone because then there's no one to talk to y'all. So I need to wait for Cleo to get back and then dump out that water. Okay, second, let's move this back out of frame. So good news, I did talk to an actual carpenter at PlayOnCon, who I've known since 2009. I didn't realize, like, he had been a hobbyist woodworker, but he's got, like, in the last 2 years with COVID going on, he's got a full shop now, because there's a lot of demand for woodworking, cabinetry, chairs, that sort of stuff.
I'm back.
So I was talking to him. Hey, Cleo, you back?
Yeah.
I was just talking about, I have a friend who was a hobbyist woodworker who in the last couple of years has got a full woodworking shop going. And so in the new year, I'm going to commission him to make me a custom wooden abacus instead of this plastic and metal one.
You know what? That's fair. I mean, a lot of people have been able to pursue what they... No, you stay down. Needles. No, you stay there. Yeah, lots of people have been able to finally, you know, do what they're actually interested in for work.
It's fantastic.
It's, yeah, like not being a wage slave. Great. We like that. We love that for them.
You know, I hope you get there someday, Cleo. I'm just kidding. You're great. Okay.
I don't know what I did to deserve that, but
no,
fine.
Nothing. Okay.
Thank you, that Kiku who gave out community gift sub. Thank you, Pushed, for the biddies. And thank you, Sesame, who has resubscribed for 6 months. Hello.
So, Cleo, hey, here's a funny, dang it. Never mind. I'm blanking on the instigating incident. My kid said something kind of interesting, but I don't remember why. And so the story has now fallen apart. We're still
My kid was interesting. I'm not sure why she was interesting.
I promise. It's not like all the other times where I just lied. No, oh boy. We were talking about some sort of I was talking about one of my favorite authors, Leonard Richardson, who writes kind of very grounded science fiction.
Yeah.
In terms of like the characters, even when they're alien, like they feel like they're really alien, but they also feel like they're really people.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like they've got lives and troubles, and you know, it's very deep on characterization, right? And I mentioned at dinner that one of the things I enjoy about his work is a lot of times the protagonists are people who are perpetually inconvenienced but trying really hard. Oh, and my daughter goes, "Do you enjoy that because it reminds you of yourself?" And I go,
"It's a little on the nose for a small child. Thank you."
Yeah. And I go, "I did. That is part of it. That is part of how I see myself, but I didn't expect you to realize that." And she Um, and she's just like, well, it's really obvious. And I'm like, thanks.
It's not supposed to be. You're a child.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a little bit astute. Like, I can't tell if that means I'm doing a good job or a bad job. Should my suffering be more invisible to this child?
I at least she appreciates your suffering.
Well, that's the thing, though, is she doesn't. I don't normally feel that as appreciated as I did right then. I was like, wow, she really gets me.
She does. She does. And one of my
Yeah.
favorites, Zoe says, she's your child, Joe. So,
I know.
you know, she's very much your child.
Ay. But yeah, if you are, this is a quick gift recommendation. I am not. This is not a paid ad or whatever. But yeah, actually, if you're like last minute trying to find something for somebody, like ebooks are great last minute gifts because they don't have to ship. I mean, there are physical books of Leonard Richardson's work because he is an actual author, but you can send somebody an ebook for their Apple Reader, Kindle, whatever. Last minute. The two best, the two novels of his that I most recommend that are very accessible.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is called Constellation Games,
Yeah.
which is the idea is that this group of like it's like kind of like the Federation from Star Trek, but not quite. But like this group of like 12 different cultures of different alien races or whatever from around the galaxy, that call themselves the Constellation, make first contact with Earth, and the story is told from the point of view of a American game reviewer who gets access to an archive of basically the last 3 millennia of these aliens as video games, and is like trying to review as many of the most important games from these alien cultures as he can in order to kind of help people understand the differences between the species and understand their cultures and how their cultures have changed and what they have in common with humans and stuff. And so a lot of it is just like really weird explorations of like what aliens might consider a game and how might that even be different from what we consider a game and stuff like that. And I mean, there's a plot as well, but like that's kind of the hook.
Yeah.
Is he's a human game reviewer who is trying to help out through a rough first contact by looking for cultural bridges, type of thing.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, and so if you love video games and you love sci-fi, that's a good book. And then another book he wrote is called Situation Normal, and that's his latest novel, and that one is kind of about how inconvenient it is for there to be a war, and it's just all these different groups trying to like, one of them is like a carpentry colony, where basically they go from unpopulated forest planet to unpopulated forest planet, making wood into like furniture.
Yeah.
And like the government is trying to draft them for the war effort, and there's cargo ships and stuff that basically everybody is trying to avoid getting scooped up into this war they don't want any part of. Yeah, and part of the hook for this is that the captain of one of the cargo vessels, it's kind of like you remember like the show Firefly? Yeah. So the idea is that this particular captain was a wealthy, delusional person who grew up watching space operas like Firefly, except the alien equivalent.
Oh, right.
And decided that she wanted to buy her own ship and go out there and be an outlaw smuggler or whatever, who treated the crew fairly. Everybody gets a fair share, and has to have a sense of honor about everything. And so she's basically like a like a very delusional space paladin, right? Pirate.
Right.
And the thing is, her crew absolutely hates all of her decision making, but doesn't understand how they always live. And they're also, since everyone gets a fair share, they're also the best paid pirate crew out there,
Yeah, I understand.
And so it's kind of one of those things like, but they all know that they're kind of pushing their luck. Like, there's no way that this delusional, well-meaning pirate who like lives by this code or whatever that's basically mashed together from a bunch of old TV shows. There's no way that this is going to keep working out, but like there's no good off ramp either in the middle of this war, you know?
Yeah, I can understand that. That seems fair, I guess.
Yeah. So, anyway, if you're looking for last minute gift ideas, Leonard Richardson's books, Situation Normal is the space opera war one, and then
Believe it or
Constellation
not, I've
Games.
not had to buy a lot of gifts this year. It comes with not working with other people.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny that.
Well, my family this year, they decided that they're going to do Secret Santa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really annoying because I keep seeing gifts that are good for the people that are not the person I got.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would rather spend more money buying everyone a gift than be annoyed that I'm buying one person a suboptimal gift. You know?
Yeah, I
'Cause
know
it's like,
exactly that.
because it's like it's pretty hit or miss. You know, you buy 6 people gifts. It's like, okay, well, 3 or 4 of them might be real hits. Maybe 2 of them are okay.
Well,
Like,
the thing is, me and my family, we all kind of like live all the way around the country, so I never really grew up with like my cousins or anything.
mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's like we don't see them for Christmas. We barely see them at all, to be honest. You know, they're nice people, most of them. And yeah, it's just one of those things that you just never worked out. So yeah, we've never exchanged gifts. You know, it's just me and my nuclear family. So I buy 3 gifts every year. That's basically it these days. So, but you know, when I was working, I used to buy gifts for like everybody. So
Oh yeah, like all your coworkers and
yeah,
stuff.
It's a lot cheaper this year.
Oh yeah. You know who works with you, Cleo?
Do you want a gift, Joe?
Maybe.
I'm spending my time with you, Joe. That's a gift.
Oh, thank you. That's why we call it the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Email Star has resubscribed, says, yeah, craft time to finish painting your room. Well, that's a good idea. And Gets Check says Christmas, and they've resubscribed. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know if you realise this, but Christmas is a holiday where, you know, you spend time with people you care about, or at least ideally. Aww. And that's why I'm here with Joe and all of you guys.
Yay. I'm going to draw a Christmas tree just because I'm like, I got to start drawing something. I can't just mess with these magnets this whole stream, especially since most of the magnet happenings have been apparently off the outside the camera viewing. So that's not ideal. Also, I do have a surprise for tonight's stream that I accidentally left in frame behind me that I'm too lazy to move now because it's fragile. So as the face camera expands, y'all should be able to see what that is more clearly. But that is in frame,
that's
clearly
a secret,
behind me.
Guys. Don't tell later streamers, stream watchers what's going on, because you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, allegedly. The only one getting gifts this year are you kittens. You know what, Gold Star? That's fine. You know,
I'm surprised there's no streamer named Lee who goes by the name Allegedly. Like, what up, everybody? It's your girl Allegedly here. I can't do the voice well. Nope. That's way too high.
That's yeah.
Yeah. No, I see now why no one does that.
I mean, that voice, yeah, I see why no one does that as well. But I'm sure that there is an Allegedly. I'm sure there is a Lee in here who you've now inspired to be a streamer.
Yay.
I think Joe found his new alternate streaming persona.
Hey, Cleo, just out of curiosity, do you have an Adobe Creative Cloud subscription?
I do not.
Okay. Do you have any particular VTuber software?
I do not.
Okay. Because there's one that's included with Creative Cloud. That's why I was asking. Because I knew you had talked about doing something like that in the long
doing
term.
some VTubing stuff. I mean,
and
you know.
So, I was actually talking. There's no way this is going to be a surprise anyway, because the chat is going to ruin it. Um, but I was actually talking with Badly Drawn Hermits, Aviva Kitty at PAX Unplugged, about doing. Sometimes I pay Aviva to come on my stream and do like art lessons where Aviva coaches me on doing art and stuff. And Aviva is taking an animation class this semester, and I was gonna have her teach me how to make a basic ping tuber.
Oh, that's
And so
cool.
I was thinking of making you one.
Aw.
Just as I know it wouldn't be as good as a fancy one that you would commission from a professional, but it could be one that you switch to sometimes when you're like, I'm tired. This is my tired face.
This is my tired one.
But anyway, so if you pick a particular type of software, I can make sure that whatever Aviva teaches me to make works with it.
Cam says ping tubers don't need actual software, so
Well,
that's VTubers, really.
No, but like in order to, does OBS itself know which ping to switch to when you're talking?
No, you just hit a button and it goes to. I hit the I'm angry button.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna do like, it would have like different size mouths based on how loudly you were talking, type of thing.
Ah,
Or like if you're making an ooh sound, because like, so even if you're not using like a full 3D puppet rig, you can rig it so it goes, oh, this person's making an ooh sound, I'll do the rounded mouth, right? So if you're like, that's true, it would switch to the ooh mouth, that sort of thing.
I think I'm just more kind of a flappy mouth. Yeah, once you hit mouth stuff, that's VTubing. Maybe, but yeah, I'm more kind of in the puppet territory rather than. The thing is, VTubing freaks me out. So I have serious uncanny valley vibes. So
well, that's why I was bringing on the person who does badly drawn hermits, because I was gonna do it in kind of the badly drawn style. It would be very clearly not. It wouldn't.
Oh no,
it wouldn't look...
I understand. It's just it's. I don't know what it is about VTubing. Ping tubing I'm fine with, but VTubing just makes me go.
Okay, so you would just want to have like a bunch of different layers in OBS with different emotions.
Yeah, that's basically where I would end up with, because yeah. But I appreciate you thinking of me. That's nice. Well, you can tell my first eye from my second eye on my gingerbread man.
Okay, so real quick though, since in order for this to be a good, like I think it's important for gifts to not mismatch what the person wants, right? Like, so, what expressions, because it didn't even occur to me that you would want to do it this way. What were you imagining the different buttons would be? You mentioned like Angry Cleo.
Yeah, well, Angry Cleo is the one I'd use most often, Joe. Let's be honest.
Okay.
I mean, there is Terrified Cleo. There is Screamy Cleo.
What's the difference between Terrified and Screamy? Is Screamy like, you go back there and you tell him you're sorry?
Yeah, that's more Screamy. It's
like
more
demandy,
emotive. Yeah, Scared Cleo is just oh my god, oh my god, oh my god kind of thing.
Okay.
And obviously Sad Cleo, and there's just a few.
Okay, so I noticed that these are all very negative emotions.
I mean,
would you like
have
to
you
talk
seen
about
me
that?
Stream, Joe? Are you offering to be my therapist? I think you might be too close to the situation to be that.
Yeah, I've caused 90% of these problems.
Yeah, it's fine, Cleo. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then probably hysterical laughter, Cleo.
Okay.
Because these things you could just sort of like, for the hysterical laughter, you can have them shaking slightly. And, you can do all sorts of things with them, but,
Okay, so is it okay for these to be animated? Or when you say it would be shaking slightly, were you imagining you would like come over here, grab the webcam, and just like shake it with the mouse?
No. It would be programmed to like, shake slightly.
Okay. Okay.
The thing is, I haven't put that much thought into it at the moment. It's just a thing that's on my radar that I need to do.
Okay.
GIF loop, maybe GIF loop.
Okay. So if we wanted to go like more esoteric, Like, you know, would there be a like Cleo being grabbed by a shadowy zombie hand and pulled down?
I mean,
Or
that definitely feels like something that would probably end up happening eventually.
zombie hand Cleo. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So I'm not sure how many of these we'll have time to get to, but like, or at least during the stream with Aviva. But in the very least, what I'll do is I'll have her talk me through, the approach for each of these. What are the best ways to show this, that sort of thing.
I mean, I'm actually working on doing animation stuff myself at the moment.
Well, that's why I know that this would not be your primary ping tuber thing. Like I said, this could be
no,
your.
I know. But
This is your fun one to mix it up.
I've made a little animation for one of my coming up videos.
Oh.
That I think I'll show. I can show you after the stream.
Oh, I'd like that very much. Thank you.
Because I spent a lot of time on it, and I want somebody to go ooh. Because I've shown it to Tango, and Tango's like,
Ooh.
"You did that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did that." So
then Tango's just gonna put it in his next video and be like, "I did this."
I think he'd have real trouble completely, saying I did this, and then the people are gonna go, "No, you didn't." That's pretty obvious that you did not.
That's a zombie Cleo.
That's definitely zombie Cleo. I'm undead, not a vegetable. Wow, it's relative these days.
So when I was a kid, our Christmas tree, we would have what you in the UK would call baubles.
Yeah, baubles.
We just called ornaments or balls, and we would have red and blue.
See why that's worse? Do you not see how that's worse?
How is it worse?
What, calling them balls?
Yeah. How's that worse? That's what they are. They're glass balls.
Okay, Joe.
I'm drawing my childhood Christmas tree, Cleo.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a very terrible childhood Christmas tree. I don't know that it's especially patriotic.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
It just wants me to use running stitch, not back stitch, or not anything. I don't know how I feel about that.
No interesting stitches for you.
Oh, it's just sort of like, plain generic stitches. That, just that.
Just do that.
Mind you, I wasn't supposed to be doing like the little faces on. Well, I was supposed to be doing faces, but using French knots, which is boring. So it's not happening.
We can't have Cleo be bored during a stream.
How is that even possible? You're here.
I know.
Oh, and is this even embroidery? No, this is just. Don't see. Okay.
And we'd always have like a red tree skirt.
You see, my parents, we used to have like proper tree, not real trees. We used to have plastic trees. And everyone sit up straight. That is your sit up straight marker. We used to have plastic trees, and they've since gone to be those horrible LED trees. And they're just like, but it's easier that we don't have to put up lights or anything. And I'm like,
well, I just got
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I just spent quite a while trying to figure out how to hang up the lights on our tree this year, because, like, I'm
sorry,
not very.
That's
good
not
at
you, Joe. Everybody, look at what I've just done.
What have you just done? Did you just stab it? Wait, what is this? I'm watching what you. Is it not supposed to be open on the inside? Or is the face only supposed to be on one side?
The face is only supposed to be on one side. I picked up 2 pieces and didn't know that I was picking up 2 pieces. It's a gingerbread wallet.
Yeah, it's a gingerbread coin purse. You could keep your casino tokens in there.
How many of these do I have?
These.
2. Okay, so I've got 3 more than this one. So I am going to only stuff the body. I'm only going to stuff the body, and this is going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. Do I have to, before I sew this up, do I have to put the thread in? Excuse me.
You are excused. Right. How do I hang candy canes on here? Like, cause like I feel like I should use like little dashes, with the white being the white in between. That actually kind of works. That kind of reads as a candy cane. It's very small. That kind of reads as a candy cane. The white being green instead doesn't read great, but.
Well, no, but you can get red and green candy canes over here.
Oh yeah, that's true. They have those here too in some places.
Some weird, evil places. Flathead the gingerbread. Yes, this is Flathead. He was named for his personal troubles.
Yeah. So, if your gingerbread troubles are resolved enough now, I can go into my tree lighting story.
Yeah, explain your tree lighting story.
Yeah, so I realized, okay, so at our old apartment, I think I've told you this story before, but not everybody here has heard it. The last apartment building I lived in, we visited the demo unit on the ground floor because the actual unit we were moving into was not available yet, right? It was going to be free at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So, end of the week comes, I get the keys, I open the door, and I've carried the first load of stuff up, right?
Right.
And it was up 3.5 flights of stairs because it was like on a hill that was half a flight above the parking lot and then 3 flights of stairs. So it's a 3.5 flight walk up. And I open the door and I realize that the ceiling in the living room goes to the peaked roof.
Oh.
And it's like 16 feet up. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to afford to heat this place. And that's one of the reasons when I talk about playing the long dark in the cold. It's like you could only turn the heat on, like the having the heat on only did so much there. It was weird because like you would set the thermostat to something like 55, and the bedrooms did not have high ceilings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the heat would just continuously stay on because the living room couldn't get to 55 or the thermostat.
Was the thermostat? Oh my God.
And the living and the bedrooms would be sweltering.
I could not sleep in a hot
Yeah.
bedroom.
I know. I can't either. And so we end up having the living room just be absolutely freezing all winter. So it's like wear a couple sweaters, put on some blankets, right?
Yeah.
But it also meant that every time I bought a Christmas tree, I would, in order for it to not look comedically small,
Yeah.
I would have to go get like a 10 to 12 foot tree. And so those are not cheap. And so that was a big part of my Christmas budget every year.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
But anyway, so, and last year, I didn't tell this story at the time because, I didn't want to share too much information about my apartment because it might help people find where I live, for operational security purposes.
Yep.
You don't. So last year, they were all out of 8 to 10 foot trees because apparently, that 2008 recession?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that year, the farmers couldn't get loans to plant trees.
Right.
And so the trees that would have been 8 to 10 feet should have been planted like that year and the year after, and they weren't planted.
Oh.
So all the trees last year were either way shorter than 8 foot or way taller than 10 foot. And so I was like, okay, it's my daughter's first real Christmas
Yeah.
It's like my daughter has had, the whole year without her friends because of COVID.
We need a big tree.
And like her mom left, and like, I'm like, I kind of feel like I can't go with this tiny tree because that's like,
no.
Look, this is representative of how terrible it is. So I ended up going with like a huge one, like a 12-foot one last year. And I go to check out, and they're loading it on the car, and they're like, "That'll be $330." And I was like, "What?" But they had already tied it to the roof of the car. I was thinking it was gonna be. It's like usually, the 8 to 10 foot trees were about, $80 to $100. So I was thinking like, okay, this is gonna be like 120, 150. No.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god. Okay.
Don't have the energy for this or the budget.
I'm like, I don't have the energy to have them cut this off my car and then pick a 4 foot tree now. Like, because and like my kid was there, so imagine her being super excited about this big tree that we just got, and then having me have them cut it down, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. I don't need nice things. I can get this money from somewhere. I'll just cut down on my expenses for Christmas. That's fine. You know. So anyway, so this year though, our new apartment is super shoddy, super cheap. It's technically bigger in terms of like, well, I don't think it's even bigger in terms of square footage. It just has more divisions between the rooms, so like I can have a studio, right?
Right.
But there's not really anywhere good to put a Christmas tree, except for one place where my pinball machine is, and we're not getting rid of that. So,
oh god, no.
no. So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, we can take this beanbag chair in the living room because it's about the same footprint as the Christmas tree, and we can shove the beanbag chair in my daughter's bedroom, in the back corner, and she's ecstatic because now she has a beanbag chair, you know,
Yeah.
and in her room, and it's just like, man, her room is way cooler than my room ever was when I was a kid. She's got bunk beds with a couch underneath, and she's got a beanbag chair, and it's like, man, that's nice.
Cat hair,
But
cat hair.
yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, I want a beanbag chair in my bedroom. I was like, well, I can just roll it out of her bedroom when she's at school and see if she notices. But anyway, so so the thing is, in order to fit a Christmas tree in this much smaller apartment with like a normal size roof, I had to get like a 6 foot tree this year. And it doesn't look disproportionately bad because it's almost touching the ceiling because the ceilings are way too low. Because why wouldn't they be? Everything in this place is nonsense. And so I get this 6 foot tree and it looks fine. But as I'm going to put the strands of lights on there, I've got like 3 strands of lights that I would usually put on the tree.
Right. And it wasn't enough.
No, it was way too much. I get done with the first strand. And then I'm like, okay, well, I've got like a tiny bit more of the tree that still needs lights. So I guess I'll put the second strand on there too. But then I'm like trying to figure out, like, there's just not enough times I can wrap this tree with 2 strands of lights. Like, so it's just like, it's overlit now. And my daughter starts hanging up the ornaments when she gets home from school. And she's just like, there's not room for all the ornaments. It's like, well, okay, volumetrically, a 12-foot tree has a lot more space to hang things than a 6-foot tree. So it's just like, so we've got a bunch of extra lights and ornaments, and I'm like, we'll find somewhere to hang them around the house.
Well, that's how that goes. I mean,
I
have decorated this year, which is weird because I love decorating for the holidays, but I just haven't had the energy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to taking a break. I'm not gonna lie, I need a break.
Well, and normally I would get the Christmas tree like right after Thanksgiving, but since we got sick right after Thanksgiving, we're just kind of behind on everything. I actually kind of thought about like not doing a tree this year,
and then you realize, no, I have a child.
Yeah, like I really don't want to like ruin Christmas, because even here's the thing too is like, she's a good enough kid, like she knows that things are rough, after the divorce and stuff. Like if I was like, is it okay if we don't have a tree,
she'd be like,
she would say yes, but that doesn't mean it's actually okay. That just means she doesn't want me to feel bad because she knows I'm already overextended. You know what I mean?
I get
And
it.
it's hard because like I really, um, yeah, like, but I was looking at it and I was like, it's like 10 days out till Christmas. Do I really want to set up a Christmas tree this late in the season? It's like I have to.
You have
So
to.
I
It's
got
the
that set
law.
up. Yeah, I got that set up, and she's really happy. She liked hanging the ornaments. I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna do candy canes on the tree this year because this apartment has a pest problem, and I don't want to attract more.
Joe is your
But
role model for what a good dad is. Yeah, Joe's a pretty good dad.
well, I want to be. I really like.
You're putting
I
in the
feel like
effort, and that's pretty much the whole thing, Joe, to be honest.
I don't know. I just wish I had more energy for her. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I
I
know.
feel like I do a good job of getting the foundational stuff in that has to get done, and I get, I do try to go above and beyond. Like I was able to take her to Philadelphia with me
Mm-hmm.
last weekend. And we did a lot of stuff around town. We went to they have a Christmas village, that's like a traditional German Christmas village where they set up all these wooden sheds with like local made crafts and stuff.
Mm.
Like a Christmas market.
It's
Do
more
you have
than
any
my
idea what I'm
parents ever
talking
did
about?
with me.
Um, and then I took her to the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and she was very unimpressed by the Monets. And I was like, I never had an option to be unimpressed by Monets when I was a kid. Like,
Okay, thank you, Gamer, for the biddies. It's appreciated. Jamon has resubscribed for 4 months, and Becky has resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much indeed. But no, I think you're a
whatever.
good dad. You actually
You know.
do things with her, which is like 90% of the battle, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay.
You try and give her a wealth of experience.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So this is a rough mock-up of what my Christmas tree looked like when I was a kid. It doesn't have the lights on there.
I need to. It really doesn't like your stream because it will show me like 5 seconds of video and then I have to refresh.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I can't read what it says though. What's it say, Joe? What's in the box, Joe?
Oh, those were the list of the ping tuber things. But...
Okay.
Yazzie Wolf says, to be fair, as a kid, I was very unimpressed with art museums too. Yeah, she did like seeing a lot of the they had on the ground floor a lot of like colonial furniture and
Seems like she's more into history than art.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, she liked some of the art. It's just one of those things like she mostly got really excited when there were paintings of dogs because she thinks dogs are cute. And so, which is fine. And I mean, they're good pictures of dogs or they wouldn't be in the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
I mean, she's young.
But
She's
but
young.
like, yeah, I'm just like trying to explain like I've never seen a Monet in real life before. I'd like to stand here for a minute and appreciate it.
Oh.
Right? And she's like, "No, this room is boring. Let's keep going." I'm like, no.
Sometimes it's about what Daddy wants to do.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know there's a dog picture in the next room. We can go look at it then. It's this room time, you know.
Kids, who'd have them?
Mm-hmm.
Always loved history more than art. But living in Japan, you get to enjoy both. Well, yeah. I mean, I've lived like 30 minutes from London like most of my life. So, you know, I get it. You can get both. But yeah, I've always been more into history than art, which is, you know, I was more into Egypt than I was into drawing. So I was like a really odd child when I was 12. My mum, as a present, let us go to the British Museum so I could see the mummies. So British Museum, V&A, one of the two. So yeah, that was my birthday
I was a
treat.
little worried that even though the Philadelphia Museum of Art is one of the premier art museums in the United States, Badger Spanner was there with us, and I was a little worried it was going to be very unimpressive compared to like a European or a British museum. Because, like, y'all have had, like,
We've
a few
stolen a lot of
centuries
stuff.
extra to steal and hang things up.
Yeah, you've only had a couple of 100 years to do your theft.
Yeah, and so I was worried. I was like, you were gonna get in here, and it's just gonna be like, what? You've only got 4 Monets? Fortunately, that was not the case. I mean, there were 4 Monets, but fortunately, that was not the
No, that's fairly standard for like a
experience.
museum. I mean, to be fair, they generally share with other steely people.
Yeah.
So they're not allowed to. They're not going to share it with the places where it came from because they'd
No,
keep it because it's
they'd keep it.
theirs. So,
Yeah.
but if you guys ask for one, yeah, you're going to give it back to us. Sure, we are. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, this candy cane I'm working on here it's not coming out as diagonally striped as I wanted. Probably because I started with the crook of the cane.
My computer really doesn't want to see your stream.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cleo.
That's okay.
Yeah. I haven't done a lot of freehand drawing lately, and so even though these sketches are not particularly impressive, this is just me trying to get back in the swing of things. Whoa! Thank you very much to Kyle Valier for 50, who says, hi, everyone in chat.
Wow.
Hi, Cleo. Hope you're doing well.
That's lovely.
Mr. Joe, hope you're doing good as well. I am. Thank you, Kyle. Let's see. That's 1 face camera expansion, 2 face camera expansions, and halfway to a third. So if anybody else wants to get us through that third one, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Let's go ahead and expand. Numero dos. Bigger Joe is on his way. Oh, you guys might be able to see what that is in the background now. It's possible that might be visible.
I can't see anything. I'm
Okay.
so sad.
It's okay, Cleo.
I know, but I'm sad. No, the computer doesn't want you to stream, Joe.
Yeah.
I thought everyone...
Cleo should know her stream is down.
Huh? My stream's down.
Your stream is down. Let me try reloading the video's unavailable. I'll refresh again. Is your OBS saying it's good?
My OBS says there's nothing wrong. And I'm talking to you.
You're talking to me.
And my... Twitch has stopped working.
Don't yell in all caps. Twitch on a whole might be down. Okay, so I need to send people to my YouTube. Sorry, Goran.
I'm just going to hit end stream for me.